Q&A Monday. My name is Gill Stannard. I'm a health and happiness coach and a naturopath with almost 25 years experience. And I'm here to answer your questions. Today's question comes from Helen, who contacted me on Facebook. And Helen asked, with a number of exclamation marks, why do I wake up at 4 a.m? I asked her a few more questions and these may be relevant. She's in menopause, exercise such as swimming sometimes helps, and it's not always stress related. So this particular type of insomnia is often referred to as sleep maintenance, and as there are different types of insomnia, they often have different causes and different fixes. So let's get the menopause issue off the table straight away. Now, men at a similar age going through what is called andropause also have sleep maintenance issues. It's one of the biggest complaints at this time. And while hormones come into play and can be part of the problem, it may also be a part of aging and the changing of our sleep patterns. And there's been a lot of interesting articles out in the last couple of years around whether we really should sleep in one long lump of 7 or 8 hours. But definitely it's becoming a lot more common for people to change sleep patterns once they hit menopause or andropause or getting 50 plus. Now, if it's menopause related in the sense that you're waking up and you're hot, you're too cold, you're wet, you're thirsty, now there are herbs that can help, and I would encourage you to see an experienced herbalist or naturopath, because it's not just taking herbs for menopause, it's also treating the nervous system, and it's a really key part to this. And I've got some more announcements coming up around menopause, so stay tuned. The other things that are really important around sleep maintenance, one of the biggest findings I've discovered in recent years is vitamin D levels. If your vitamin D is low, and look, I've got a lot of resources on the controversy of what your vitamin D level should be. So let's just say, particularly if you're in Australia and New Zealand, where vitamin D deficiency is chronic with our sun smartness, it may be worth taking vitamin D, maybe even 3,000 international units a day for a month, and to see whether that helps your sleep maintenance. If you know your vitamin D levels are very low, I would pop that dose up to 5,000 IUs a day. Now, also related to kind of vitamin D in a way, this is another hormone that's related to light, is melatonin. Naturally, melatonin is regulated by daylight and darkness. And part of the problem with modern life can be, particularly if you work in the CBD, we're coming to another sleep disturber in a minute, but in the CBD, working in a concrete canyon, working in artificial lighting, it does confuse our melatonin production. So too, if we don't sleep in a room that's very dark. So it's very important, not just for vitamin D, but for your melatonin levels, to get some natural daylight and as much of it as possible. So getting out and about, away from the tall buildings and into some light can be useful, and make your room as dark as possible. Now, that noise you heard before is my cat, who's made the odd appearance on Health Q&A Monday before. I wake up at 4 a.m. or earlier or later because there's a cat on my head. Now, I choose to be woken up by that, but if it's a pet or a child or a grandchild, see if you can make some changes in their behaviour so you sleep through. There was a wonderful night vision video that went viral a couple of years ago, and a woman actually discovered it was that she woke up all through the night because of her cat, and she only thought the cat woke her once, but it was many times during the night, and that cat got up to some great antics. And then outside there's a dog. So if you have a dog, if your neighbour has a dog, it's barking, or it's really early and you're in the country and roosters are crowing, then things like putting earplugs in may help. Alcohol can be a bit of an issue with sleep maintenance. Alcohol, simple carbohydrates, sugar, all those things can put our blood sugar levels up and drop them down in the middle of the night. So that's a common cause at any age. So giving alcohol a rest. Alcohol also plays around with our melatonin levels, but giving alcohol a rest for a week and seeing if that impacts on your sleep. And the other thing is, are you waking up to go to the toilet, alcohol or not, whether it's water or apple juice, which is a great bladder irritant? You may be waking up to urinate. So is there something you can change in your drinking patterns in the second half of the day, particularly after about 3 or 4 in the afternoon? You definitely need your approximately 8 glasses a day, but don't have them all at night and don't have them after dinner. Another reason why some people are urinating at this age is medication. One of the biggest culprits is blood pressure medication, hypotensives. So if you are on any medication, maybe discuss this with your GP or the doctor who has prescribed it to see if there are other choices or other times of the day that you could take your medication regularly without it impacting on having to go to the toilet in the night. Now that's just a bit of a roundup. Insomnia is a huge subject, so start with those. I would also suggest that if it is menopause related, to stay tuned to my website because there's more resources, as I mentioned, coming available. So I hope this answered your question, Helen, and if you have a question, you can email me. I'm coaching@gillstannard.com.au. You can tweet me @herbalgill, visit the website and explore the resources, and while you're there, contact me through gillstannard.com.au or visit my Facebook page, facebook.com/citynatural therapies. Have a great week and I'll be back with you soon.